I know. I know. It's been over a year probably. Haven't done this for a long time, and you might be wondering why. Why? I'll have you know, about 5 or 6 people have have asked me on social media, "Where's the show? I missed you." 5 or 6 people. That's quite something. And no, not family members, not friends, not people who know me, complete strangers. Please bring back Keeping Up with the Kalvaris. And so I decided, let's do it. But can I just let me let you in on a bit of a strange idiosyncrasy of mine. I've been secretively doing this podcast, this show, this whole time, but inside my head. Isn't that like crazy? I've had a radio show podcast in my head for the last year. So whenever something happens, I'm thinking to myself, what would I be saying if I had a podcast? Hey? And in a way, I've like been entertaining myself, I should say. So it's kind of like weird. It's kind of, I tell you, you don't know what you've missed. You've missed some really good stuff. It's emotional, funny, risque, personal, disgusting. Did I say sad? A lot of stuff. We've gone through a lot in the last year. Afghanistan. What happened after Afghanistan? Ukraine. It's been going on. Djokovic. Who will forget Djokovic? And kind of like what else inspired me? I thought to myself, you know what? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, or Markle, how do you want to say it? They've got their documentary because on Netflix, it's just released this week. Those two have kept a really low profile. And my wife and I, Bernice and I, we've kept a really low profile the last year. And we thought to ourselves, we looked at ourselves, you know what? If Prince Harry and Meghan can come out and come away from their hiding away, their low profile, low key, no spotlight on them for the last year and a bit, why don't we also do it? But then I thought to myself, I looked at Bernice, I said to myself, I'm not even going to watch Meghan Markle and Harry's documentary. I'm not interested. You know what would really interest me? And you've got to agree with me. Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. They should have a documentary. Now that's a documentary. That could be so much more interesting. Camilla, come over. Diana's gone out polo. Ooh, Camilla, we can go for a week to the Seychelles. Diana is in South Africa with Nelson Mandela. Camilla, Diana's sweeping for landmines in Mozambique. No, don't say that, Camilla. You don't want to get blown up by in a mine. No, Camilla. Like, imagine that. What happened? Were they stooping with Princess Diana in the next room? Now that would be a documentary. But then, having said that, maybe I'm being silly because there is a documentary, The Crown. The Crown is a whole series on Netflix. But who's got the patience? That's a real commitment. How many seasons has The Crown been going on for? I admit I sat through the first couple of, maybe the first half of the season. I sat through it. But it's a commitment. Maybe I'll get back to it. Apparently on The Crown, they're now at the Princess Diana phase. But anyway. Harry and Meghan, their documentary is like blowing up the scene. Doing very, very well, I must say. So Bernice is going to be off camera. I don't know about that. It might be annoying. It might irritate. You might not like that. But Bernice, are you excited about doing this again?
Yes, I'm very excited. I've also missed it.
What has inspired you? Because you haven't wanted to do it before. I'm only doing this. One of the things, the reason I'm doing this is that you seem very keen.
Really? Is that your own? No, really?
I've been wanting to do it the whole year. I've had this podcast in my head, but so you were playing old podcasts with my niece, and she seemed to like it.
Yes, she was
towards the.
Yes, we were listening to old podcasts, but about a week or two prior to that, you had somebody in here as a guest doing a podcast with them.
Oh, they were like experimenting.
Yes, and it reminded me about our podcast and actually how funny we used to enjoy it.
But do we still have it? And did we really have it?
I think we had it. When I was listening to our old podcast tonight with your niece, she was in complete hysterics. She was laughing.
But she knows us. That's the difference.
True, but for whatever reason, those 5 people who asked for the show to come back, also
5 whole people.
5 people.
Might have even been 6.
Now, most of them have not met us face to face.
Well, all of them haven't.
They seem to like something about our product.
Okay.
So let's go for it. We'll see what happens. As long as we're
There could be backlash.
From who?
Well, if we walk in the Nord Mall in Johannesburg, you could get accosted by people. I was accosted by somebody today. Not related to the podcast. Now, this is it's kind of like a case study on social media. I had a tiny little disagreement on Facebook with somebody. Long before COVID, probably 3 years ago or 4 years ago, he posted either an article or a video of somebody. It was a very well-known, like right-wing, like not a very pleasant person. And I said to him, do you know that this person is A, B, and C? This is like quite offensive. And he said, oh, I didn't know that. And then we moved on. Well, I'm walking along, I go shopping, I'm walking along Nord Mall. I see this guy, and I don't see, he lives mainly in America, and I saw him, much older guy. I mean, he's like maybe in his early 70s. And I waved, he's talking to somebody, and he sees me, and he comes up to me, and he says, you know what you said on Facebook was a load of rubbish or bull, I don't know. And you can just go fuck yourselves, he said to me. Have a nice day, he said to me. So I should have just laughed it off and walked off. Instead, I said to him, no, come on. Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't remember. So he goes, I remember. So I said to him, but what's your point? If I don't remember, then your message, anyway. His wife was embarrassed. She said, she's telling, stop it. She got a bit worried. Because she doesn't know me. And I'm a big guy, I mean, you go, anyway, one day he's going to tell somebody to go fuck themselves. It's going to be the wrong person. And that person's going to cut them. Anyway, we move on. Or do we? I was going to I went to Facebook to try and find the records of this conversation I had with him. But this is where I went wrong. I had blocked him. So I'm walking towards Dischem after this altercation, and I take up our phone and I immediately block him on Facebook. And then after I get home from Dischem, I think, you know what, let me look at, I realize I blocked the guy. So he's not my friend anymore. He's got the setting that you can't look at his postings if you're not his friend. So what must I do? Send him a friend request? Should I have sent him a friend request, Bernice?
I could send him a friend request.
No, he may not respond.
He may not respond, of course not.
But what's really funny is if this guy was so angry with me, how come he didn't at least defriend me? Unfriend me? He never unfriended me on Facebook. Do you know that? He never did.
Maybe he secretly enjoys the conflict as well.
No, some older people, some I say, don't know how. They don't know how to work Facebook. So, for example, I was once in a conversation about something on Facebook. We were posting something. Some guy wanted to tell me something that was completely unrelated to the conversation. He wanted to tell me that I'm about to unfriend you after I found out about your stance on Israel. What? He was upset about my stance on. I didn't even. You know what? I didn't know I had a stance on Israel. To be honest, who cares? Anyway. So I don't think he understands how Facebook works. I mean, if you're so angry with me, go fuck yourself. Have a nice. Then he says, have a nice day. Why didn't he unfriend me, Bernice?
I think firstly...
Come on, louder towards the thing.
First of all, you not having a stance on Israel is actually a stance on Israel.
Oh.
So that's the first thing.
Oh.
But we're not going to get into Palestine, Israel at this point. I'm sure there'll be opportunities. Secondly, he has probably been planning this moment for the last, how many years?
At minimum 3, maybe 4.
Can you imagine how furious he was with you?
Totally bizarre. Bizarre.
When you told me the story, you said that he was in the middle of a conversation.
With somebody else, and he said, excuse me.
Came up to you and told you to go fuck yourself.
But you know what's amazing?
Sorry, but I actually think that is awesome. I mean, if I were him and I'd been...
I felt a bit of awesomeness about it all.
No, you felt quite upset because I think ultimately...
No, I felt a bit upset afterwards.
Yes. But I mean, there was significant drama and theatre to what he did.
Well, it was actually quite soft. Like, he wasn't loud. In fact, I don't think people around could actually hear the conversation.
But he was confident.
He seemed very confident. And but I give myself credit. I didn't get flustered. I didn't get angry with him. I wasn't even offended. I mean, so I must go fuck myself. So what? I can fuck myself. Who hasn't fucked myself before? And I think I've matured. I think I've grown. Other people would get angry. We know other people, right? Like the same age as me. If somebody comes out, go fuck yourself, boom, there'll be violence, right? There was no violence. I was like, I must go fuck myself. You know what I said to him? I said to him, friends can disagree. I'm not your friend, he said to me. That was quite something. I'm not your friend.
Well, he does have a point. You are not his friend.
I'm not his friend. But you know what? You know what this boils down to?
No, I'd like to say one more thing. Friends can disagree, but I don't believe friends are allowed to disagree in an ugly manner on a public forum like Facebook.
I wasn't ugly.
You've never worked in a corporate environment before.
Thank God.
The environment you've worked in has been totally unfiltered. And when things get personal in corporate environments and in meetings, generally what you'll hear people say is, let's take this offline.
Oh, yeah.
And Facebook is an online medium. So the wording, let's take this offline, is directly related to the notion that you shouldn't have a fight in front of everybody. It's like that one idiot that you knew. Let's, for argument's sake, call him Stephen. I had a fight with him about on Facebook when I was defending your honor.
He's not an idiot. We're friends with him. What are you talking about?
No, not that Stephen. Not Steve Marks. Steve, what's his surname?
I don't know.
The one who said I should go eat some pies.
Oh, gee, I don't remember.
He used to be on a radio station.
Oh, he's another... You see, now you're being all cryptic. I can't handle cryptic.
I'm sorry, I couldn't...
Don't be cryptic.
I couldn't remember his name.
Okay.
But
it's another Stephen. Okay.
I leaped to your defense, and I was told to go eat some pies.
That's not nice.
And what I really wanted to say to him was, you know what? You're right to embarrass me. I should have taken this offline with you. But I didn't. Therefore, I deserved whatever I got as punishment.
Okay, I don't think we're going to carry on. This is just our first episode since relaunching.
We've broken the seal.
We've whatever. How am I looking? Slightly less of a double chin. This is only going to be on YouTube, I think. It's yeah, and yeah, maybe hopefully we'll try to do this again.